Do people in Canada have cable, like other people?
We keep this up in the playoffs. I don't care.
And at Chili's. Is it a Chili's? At Kyle's?
Achilles.
Finally.
You don't know that?
Fuck you! Get this guy the fuck out of here!
Alright, well, coming in at number 5, I got Anthony Stolars.
Now! Jets are winning the cup!
Thank you for watching and listening. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NordCast. It is Friday, December 12th, 2025. I am your host here, Nordic97, joined with Jack and only Jack. How we doing?
Doing good. Still riding high after that Illinois State football win, which is just ridiculous. Hawks had a nice win last night, so.
Yeah, good week for you, and welcome back home. I see you got the basketball net behind you again.
Yes, sir. Back in the basement.
Good old net. So that's great to see. All right, so we got some stuff here to talk about today. Not a ton because the NHL has been very dry in terms of its overall news. But starting off with a suspension. Feels like it's been forever since we talked about a suspension outside of the Mikko Rantanen one, which wasn't even really a suspension. It was just the NHL rulebook or whatever. Bobby McMann has been suspended for 1 game for a high-sticking play on Oliver Bjorkstrand. Now, we are going to take a look at this. Obviously, we cannot play the clip itself, but I do have a photo that I would like to share. And this photo, if I can find it here we go. So this is the photo of Bobby McMann. So there was a little bit of a scrum going on in the game on Monday against Tampa Bay, and Oliver Bjorkstrand came up and shoved Bobby McMann, and as a result, McMann, with his stick up in the air, sent it down on Bjorkstrand's head. When you watch the clip from the angles that we were given, it's actually kind of difficult to tell. I had to watch it 2 times to see where it was. It's quick, but you can see after Bjorkstrand gives him that shove, McMann just kind of takes his stick and puts it over Bjorkstrand's head. So, Jack, I just want to ask you, this is a high stick. Do you agree with the player safety's assessment on this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. But just for a high stick, I don't know if you should get a full game for that. I don't know if you can appeal a 1-game suspension, but if you can, I would expect McMahon to do that. But yeah, I can see the argument for 1 game here, but if it were up to me, I don't think I would give him a suspension. So.
Yeah, the game that he's getting suspended for is tonight, so I would doubt that there is an appeal for that.
Yeah,
we would have saw that likely yesterday. But McMahon, it is a tough one. But you look at this play, and whether or not, it is an intent to injure. You know what you're doing there. You're not just gonna accidentally put your stick, hit another player in the head with your stick with so much force as he did. Now, again, maybe there wasn't a ton of force, but you can see the intent. The intent was there, and I think that this is the right call.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What I will say is that with that sequence, you see Dakota Mermis in that game did get injured by Gage Gonzalez, and there was no supplementary discipline for that play. And there's been a lot of upset around Maple Leafs fans about that overall game and, player safety and all that. And I'm just not surprised. Player safety is so bad at their job. They're so inconsistent. This is the 2nd suspension this year. I think last year they had probably 4 or 5 at this point. Mm-hmm. And again, maybe that's because, maybe there were more dirty plays, but should tell you that there's a lot of calls this year, a lot of plays that I feel like are going unnoticed and people aren't giving enough recognition to them. And it's just really poor inconsistency here by player safety. So I'm not a huge fan of this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just maybe they got some feedback that maybe they shouldn't be calling as much this year or suspending as much this year. And maybe they're just taking it a little too far by literally not suspending anybody and not looking at a lot of these plays. That's just kind of my theory. I'm not sure how accurate that would be, but that's just what I think.
You might not be wrong. Maybe the NHL stepped in or something, but I don't know. Honestly, I think there's been a lot of really bad plays this year, like Mikko Rantanen had a couple really bad plays, and he was suspended for them, but he wasn't suspended by NHL player safety. He was suspended by the NHL per their rules. But, yeah, I mean, this McMann one, it's definitely, like, I think it's the right assessment. I'm not going to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at other plays, and, it is very interesting how that stuff plays out. So we just wanted to bring that up here. That's the biggest news of the week. To be honest with you, there's really hasn't really been anything else that has really been of note. So moving on from that, then we're going to talk about the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks, a nice 3-0 win over the New York Rangers at home on Wednesday. Spencer Knight with 21 saves on 29 shots. Bedard, a goal and an assist. Good game from Chicago after a really bad weekend. So, Jack, if you want to speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, you talk about that weekend, man. It was pretty rough. I mean, that was rougher than any 2-game stretch last year, I want to say. But yeah,
goals that weekend that allowed in 2 days.
Lots of goals let up. But yeah, last night was definitely a game where you needed to just see some momentum build again for a team that has been in the playoff race all season long. Now they're back in a wild card spot after grabbing 2 points. But yeah, Knight was excellent last night, and I thought the defense was really, really good last night, not giving up a lot of chances. I know Zibanejad had a couple. I think he had like 2 breakaways. But Knight just being that last line of defense, being so good all year. So he played great. I believe it's second shutout of the year, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. I think so. I think
it's his second of the year. So he was great last night. There was also kind of a controversial call. I don't know if you saw the hand pass that they called that disallowed the goal.
I did not. Let me look.
So there's been a couple of these calls the last week. So Colton Dock
the Blackhawks or the Rangers
on the Hawks.
Okay.
So Colton Dock, pretty much what happened was he played the puck with his hand, and he's trying to swipe at it with his stick, and he doesn't end up hitting it with his stick. So the next player that touches it is, I believe it's Burakovsky, and he centers it for Donato. Donato scores. But since the puck didn't hit Doc's stick after he touched it with his hand, it's ruled a hand pass, even though he's trying to.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, so it's something that you can challenge now, like a game stoppage. That's what they called it on the broadcast. So really interesting stuff there. I was really confused by it because he's literally trying to hit it with his stick. So
yeah, I see what you mean. That one isn't as bad as the Hagel one. Did you see the Hagel one last week? We forgot to talk about that. Yeah, that one. He literally is just like, if he doesn't have his hand there, he's getting hit in the face with a puck.
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, it kind of is a hand pass. It's an unintentional hand pass, but sadly, it is a hand pass nonetheless.
I feel like if he's trying to hit it with a stick, like it was just a really weird situation. But the Hawks won 3-0. No complaints from me after a win. So
yeah, at least you won the game. Tampa lost that game, and that would have been the game-tying goal. Mm-hmm. So really, really frustrating there from them. But yeah, I mean, again, like those plays do happen. Good win though, regardless, by the Blackhawks. Again, Bedard with a goal and an assist, and with Bedard having those numbers, and I saw a video today from our friend Mike Bartner, and I wanted to highlight a little bit from the 2023 draft. So we're going to do another Mike Bartner video evaluation here because I saw this video and I was like, oh, I think Jack might like this. So this is a video from Mike Bartner this past week. Look at that funny photo in the corner. Look at this thing. Look at that. Anyway, yeah, so this is the Blackhawks 2023 draft class and just some of the guys that are in it who are looking really good right now. So, Jack, have you seen this video?
I don't think I've seen this one, no.
Okay, so whenever I go, we're going to go through one player, and then I'm going to stop it, and then you can give me your thoughts. I'm sure you should know these guys. So it's a 3-minute video, not as long as the Jets one. Let's hop in.
Are stinking it up on the ice, but their future is looking very, very bright.
I should mention this was made on like Tuesday, so it was made before the shutout.
And a lot of it has to do with their 2023 draft class, which is looking like it has the potential to be one of the best of the entire 2020s and maybe just straight up the best. Let's talk about it. Up first, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because this is the least impressive pick just because he was the no-brainer first overall, and Connor Bedard, generational prospect in this season, is fully starting to become a superstar and most likely a top 3, maybe the best player in the NHL in his prime.
Yeah. All right, Jack, what do you think about the biggest bust of this draft, Connor Bedard?
Yeah, he's terrible. He sucks. No, he's been unreal. He's got the best release in the league. I'm going to say it. Best release in the NHL.
Best release in the league, really? So,
like,
yep. over Matthews and...
Yes.
Really?
I'm saying it.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll put that in like a quote and put that out to the world. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Bedard's been good. Like, there's really no expectation for that. He was the first overall pick. No surprise.
Yeah.
They got the cornerstone of their franchise in this draft. Then next up, they got Oliver Moore out of the U.S. National Team Development Program at 19th overall, and this was viewed as a steal. He was expected to go like 10th to 15th overall and was somehow there for the Chicago Blackhawks. With Oliver Moore, it was all about the skating. He was just straight up one of the best pure skating prospects of the last decade. So although the college production wasn't huge, it was still very solid, 33 points in back-to-back seasons. He has made that leap because of his skating ability to the pros, 9 points in 9 games, including 6 goals in the AHL, and now just under half a point per game at only 20 years old.
So Oliver Moore, Jack, what did your takeaways from him?
Yeah, well, I think the thing that every Hawks fan knows is just that speed. He's got the ability to just take over a game with that speed. He's got him and Nazar. I know Nazar's not a part of this conversation, but both of them just super speedy guys. And what's impressed me the most about Moore is just that shot. I really didn't see, kind of a good shot from him coming, and he's got a good one, man. He's got a good shot.
Yeah, good offensive production here from him. He was with Minnesota last year. Came in last year, had 4 assists in 9 games played. The offense. Do you think there's more there than what we've seen?
Yeah, definitely. I do think there is, and I think we could see him on the PK one day, to be honest with you.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I know he has speed, and again, I did want to talk about Chicago because I streamed them twice in the last week. So, I think Oliver Moore's been a big part, got that good speed, connecting well there. He's been playing, middle 6 minutes, more or less?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he's been really good. So he was in that draft as well. People forget that.
He's going to be some kind of superstar, but again, given that skating ability, there's some kind of an outside chance, and what he's doing at the pro level at such a young age is very impressive and looks like he's going to be well worth the 19th overall pick. You get into the second round where they selected Roman Kantsarov at 44th overall. This dude at age 20 put up 38 points in 47 games in the KHL and now 39 points in 34 games this season.
This is the guy that I wanted to highlight here. I want to go back
in the KHL,
and so his stats are off the screen. Jack, did you know who this guy was?
Of course I did. There's just some insane clips of him over in the KHL. I mean, he hit the Michigan a couple times. He's just putting up insane numbers over there, and really came out of nowhere. Last year I don't think he had great numbers, but this year he's just a different animal, and he's been awesome over there. So I can't wait for him to get here.
You are wrong. He actually had pretty much the same stats last year as he does this year, in just 34.
I guess he just wasn't getting a ton of attention.
Yeah, he wasn't getting a ton of recognition, but this year he's been really dynamic. I don't know his timeline. Again, with those Russians, it's a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
You don't know when they're actually going to come, but yeah, this guy's been highlighted a lot recently, especially with how good he's been. So I wanted to give him some recognition here too, because he's been kind of an under the radar Russian prospect for Chicago as well. Mm-hmm. So he was also in that class.
Best league in the doing this at such a young age. We've seen other guys come over.
And then you see him here too. He's second in KHL points for
Radulov's playing over there.
No, this is in their second year, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He's doing pretty good. I mean, I think Radulov is actually.
Oh, shoot.
Recently and have an immediate impact at the NHL level. Also in the second round, they selected goaltender Adam Gajan out of Slovakia. If we're going to be honest, he was kind of trending pretty bad in his first 2 years after being drafted in 893 in the USHL. Then in his freshman season, only an 885. But this year, he has taken a big step in 18 games. He has a 925 save percentage.
Yeah, friend of the show, Tim, who's on the MVP. Duluth has been awesome. He's highlighted them a lot in his NCAA corner. Gajian's been awesome. And again, that was a guy who, like, in the years before, and even before they got Spencer Knight, we looked at the Blackhawks and we're like, who's their best goalie prospect? Because Comesso wasn't that doing great in Rockford, and Gajian wasn't doing that good either. But now Gajian, even though they have Knight, who honestly probably will be their number one guy, they got him rising up there in Duluth. What do you think about Gajian?
Yeah, I mean, he was like a 7th-round pick, if I'm not wrong, which is, it's kind of common for goalies to go that late.
No,
but
he was second round.
Oh, for real? No way. Okay, yeah. I'm tripping then. My bad. But yeah, like you said, Comesso kind of been trending down. Now Gahan's been trending up. So I think I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe a trade for Comesso or Gahan really, because Knight's that number one guy. Soderblom's a backup right now. I don't see Soderblom being a part of the future. So it's either gonna be Comesso or Gahan. So I feel like one of them's gonna get traded. So.
Well, do you know how old Spencer Knight is?
23, 24.
23, 24. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe, I mean, he's probably still another 3 or 4 years away from like being an NHL regular.
Right.
Gajian, that is, if he even makes it. So again, we'll see with that, obviously. And then the last guy, I believe.
Lastly, in the 3rd round, they selected Nick Lardis, who, of course, last year scored 71 goals in the OHL and had 117 points.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to highlight. This will be our last point in this video. Nick Lardis has been absolutely cracked. I believe he's with Rockford now, right?
Yes, he is with Rockford, yeah.
How is he doing down there?
Obviously, he's not putting up those kind of numbers. I mean, 71 goals in 65 games. But yeah, I'm. Let me look up the point total right now. I actually don't know how he's doing.
Here, I got you. I should know this. I'm the guy who should be prepared. Lardis has 25 points in 23 games played, 12 goals, 13 assists.
Yeah.
So realistically, what do you think the timeline is for him to make?
I'd say next year. Next year would be realistic. This year, I'd say just keep the young guys where they're at. No need to rush it, especially with how well the team's playing this year. So
you don't. So like, if they had a chance to call him up, like at the end of the year, just for like a 1 or 2 game stint, would you do that?
Man, I don't know. I just based on how well he's playing, I would rather just bring him up last year, to be honest with you.
Okay. So yeah, those are the guys that are really highlighted here in that draft class for Chicago. You also see guys like Martin Misiak, Alex Fernand, Marcel.
Yes.
They picked a lot of guys in that draft. I mean, the other guys I don't really know a lot about, but would you say, like, when you look at this draft class and then you look at other draft classes so far with the Blackhawks, like, would you say overall, like, Bedard alone makes this great, but would you say overall this is probably going to be their best class out of this whole rebuild?
Oh, yeah, definitely. This is just an A+, like, absolute hit by Kyle Davidson, he's been great at drafting, really. I mean, I think everybody really sees the vision with what he wants to do with the team. So I've been really impressed with what he's done with the draft.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up here. I thought that was a cool tidbit to bring up with Chicago's 3-0 win. Things are getting better for them. I do want to ask you, though, with the Hawks, obviously they did pick up a win, but before that they were 2-8 in their last 10. Do you think that the start of the season wasn't a fluke, but maybe they were performing at a level that maybe they are, not at that level yet?
Yeah, no, you can definitely say that. I won't be offended. But there's just that wild card race is going to be so tight all year long. I've been saying I think the Hawks will, stay in that race the whole year. I don't see them getting the playoffs this year, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to see them make it, I don't see it this year.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I think that, like, you can't deny that, like, what they're doing right now, like, is a big step, is a good step for this team. You're seeing the improvement, which is a major positive. So, yeah, Chicago, they're doing everything right, and it's really highlighted by that 2023 draft. Okay.
I need to get to a game. Sorry. I need to get to a Hawks game. I haven't been to one this year. I'm going January 8th against the Blues. I know that.
Oh, man. You got to get to one, man. Come on.
I know.
Come on. I know you've been at college. It's fine.
Yes.
I've only been to, like, 2 or 3 Flyers games. Okay, next piece of news here that we're going to talk about. So this involves the Winnipeg Jets, and I wish Carter was here for this, but he's not. So Murat Ates broke a pretty big report that Gary Bettman shared that Mark Chipman has been inquiring with the league about consolidating the Jets 1.0 and 2.0 record. And they're trying to more or less kind of bring these two records together. So for those who may not know, maybe you're more of a casual hockey fan, the Winnipeg Jets of current actually had a Winnipeg Jets of the past. There was a Jets team that was from 1980 something to the end of the 90s, or it was probably longer than that, the 1970s to the end of the 90s. So there's that whole 20 years there of Winnipeg Jets stats from the 1.0 era. You've probably seen the old logo and stuff, and like Teemu Solani, Shane Doan. There's a bunch of guys that have been through that team. They obviously relocated to Arizona, and those records stayed with Arizona till they relocated to Utah, where the Mammoth have just started from fresh. They have left the Coyote and Jets records alone, and they're starting their own record books with just like the Coyotes roster. But anyway, we'll ignore that fact. Mark Chipman, who is the owner of the Jets, is now trying to acquire the 1.0 records and combine them with the 2.0 records. So some more about this from some of the tweets that I've seen. Quote, Mr. Chipman has raised that issue with us repeatedly. It's not as simple as just doing it, said Gary Bettman. The NHL is looking at feasibility. The process is more about getting the end results right than anything. And can we make this make sense is what Bettman also said, and that's the biggest key. Bettman also said it is something we're looking into. Murat thinks that, or in an interview with Murat, who is reporting this, he asked, is it about figuring out the process? And Bettman responded by saying, it's not so much a process, it's what the end result would look like, and can we make it make sense? The process is trying to figure it out, which is what we're trying to do. And then Bill Daly weighed in and said, I don't know if you looked at it with respect to other teams in other leagues. They're kind of all over the map in terms of how they've done it. Some have worked more well than others. It's tricky. And then Daly also responding later to Sean Reynolds, he said there's probably not one singular answer. If there was a singular answer, we probably would have gotten to it by now. But that's kind of what's going on right now. Apparently they want to combine these records from the 1.0 to the 2.0 era. So Jack, I don't know if you have a lot of knowledge of other teams that maybe have had relocation and they've kept their records. Do you know of any examples of teams that have done that?
I mean, there's a ton of baseball teams, like MLB teams that have done it in like the early 1900s that kept all those. But, it's not a bad idea for them to do that.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting, and I think they should be included because like they're the same name and
they
stuff.
Are the Winnipeg Jets, yeah.
They're literally the Winnipeg Jets. I think it makes sense. The only thing is though is like, how do you correlate that? You got to take the records out of Arizona and stuff. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I don't really see the issue in this. Like I don't really see the issue in doing this. I know like maybe there might be some controversy with some people being like, oh no, it was a different organization, a different team. It's not like it's the same, people that are running it. And first off, no duh. But like, I don't see a problem with this.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't see a problem with this from any other perspective or any way. They're like, I don't really know if there's a negative here. I really wish Carter was here to talk about this, but we'll see. But again, like it does also too, like back then the NHL did play like 84 games. So maybe some of those records and stuff, maybe they're null, that the Jets have. But again, it does kind of change things up here a little bit. And it does make records for the 2.0 make different than the 1.0. Like you bring in, like I think Howard Chuck, who's a big example, had like over 1,000, like 1,200 points in the 1.0. And then you move it into the 2.0, he would become the record holder for that instead of like Mark Scheifele, who currently holds that right now. So again, like we'll obviously see what happens with that, but that's really interesting. Any more thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, it is interesting. But yeah, just the name being the exact same, like why not,
And they've given tributes to the old Jets before. It's not the first time. So like I think it would work out. It'd be interesting. Yeah. All right. Next up then, we have a jersey leak here that we have to talk about. So, you guys will be seeing this on Friday, but the Bruins and the Maple Leafs and the Lightning are projected to release their Stadium Series jerseys for the 2026 Stadium Series in Tampa Bay. And you guys will obviously have seen those jerseys because they're coming out literally tonight before we're recording or after we're recording. But we've seen some leaked photos of the Tampa Bay Lightning jersey. And I want to get Jack's thoughts on these. Jack, have you seen these photos?
I haven't, no.
Okay, this is going to be a raw reaction here from you. So here is the first one. This is just like the jersey itself.
All right.
Sharing it on screen here. Can you describe the jersey to the people who are listening?
All right, so think just a normal blue Tampa Bay Lightning jersey, and then think of light blue TBL just diagonal across the front, and then a light blue patch in the middle of the sleeves.
Think about like the Rangers jerseys, how they do their work. It's just TBL.
Yeah. I like it. I like the light blue. They should have gone baby blue like as the main color, though. I think that would have been sick.
It looks like the Mammoth and the Lightning had like a baby.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
They should have went baby blue, dude. I'm telling you.
I would have liked it if the logo, like they're doing it in Raymond James Stadium and the Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. It would have been cool if they did some kind of like pirate theme to it. Like I get that, but like I've seen so many renditions of Lightning jerseys before that show that that like have like a pirate rendition to it. And then here's a better photo of it. This is I think this is Kucherov, right, in this photo? Yeah, Kucherov in this photo. Here's like the pants and stuff with it. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's a decent look.
You also see the preview of the Boston jersey with the B in the back. So again, like you see the light blue in the jersey, and you have the pants which are dark blue, and then the light blue sock striping and stuff. It's all right. Like
When is that game?
It is February 2nd, I believe.
Okay.
Somewhere in February. I'm not huge on it. Like I think it's okay, but like there were so many better options than that.
Yeah.
Seriously, there was so many better other options than that, in my opinion. I would have loved it if they went like a little bit more of like a pirate-themed logo. I think if you put a pirate-themed logo on that, it looks much better. But again, maybe this isn't even the actual jersey. Maybe we're just complaining for nothing. So I guess we'll see here, obviously. And then the last thing I wanted to get to here before we get into our stuff that we usually end off the show with, The Athletic put out a most punchable face poll amongst NHL players. 107 people or players responded to this. So I want to let Jack guess the player who was number one, unless if you have seen it before. But
was it Nick Cousins?
It is Nick Cousins.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I'm assuming you've seen it before.
Yes. Yeah, I just had to remember.
Cousins won the most punchable player poll at a 24.3%. And he's fought 21 times in his career, so you know it was going to be some goons. Here's some of the quotes from players when they were asked about the most punchable face. So, quote, "I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. He's an effective rat on the ice. He's good at what he does. It's just the way he plays. He's a little rat. He's a diver. I hate divers. I can't stand him. I heard he's a good guy, but I love to punch him in the face." And then the last one was, "I'd say Nick Cousins. I love the guy. He's a very good friend to me on ice for sure." I wonder who said that. I think Ryan Reeves probably said that. But at a 24.3%, Nick Cousins won that poll. So I wanted to do you know number two?
Is it Brady Tkachuk?
Nope. He's somehow not that high on this list. No, it's
Matthew's
not
on there too, right?
Matthew is on there, but he's not number two.
Man. Is it Wilson?
No, it's not Wilson. Wilson's not on here either, actually.
Oh, interesting. I know Bedard got one vote.
Bedard did get one vote. I thought that was
Yeah.
So did Mitchkov.
Yeah. Man, I don't know.
Brad Marchand.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Brad Marchand, 19.6%. of the votes, and then here's some of the quotes. It feels like he's a guy you don't want to play against. And then somebody said pretty unanimous. Little rat, proving the point of exercise. One player admitted he might have punched him once. Everybody says he's a great guy, but it sucks playing against him. That's true. And then number 3, you want to try and guess this one?
Reeves?
It's not Reeves. No.
What
Back to
team?
the guys you were guessing.
Oh,
before.
the Chuck brothers?
Yes, Matthew is number
Matthew.
3. Some of the quotes from him in this article. Both of the Kachucks are very good in front of the net. They can create offense from being tough. Not really that great of a
Too nice.
quote there. And then 4th place was Connor Garland. I don't see any quotes here from him. 5th place was Joel Eriksson Ek, and I found this really funny. Somebody said, if he wasn't on my team, I'd punch him. So
Oh, wow.
On the Wild said that they would punch Joel Eriksson Ek.
Interesting.
That's kind of hilarious. And then other guys that were on that poll too, Dylan Larkin, Sam Bennett, Chris Kreider, Garnet Hathaway, Trevor Zegras got some votes there too. It's the usual suspects, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
there you go. I wanted to bring that up before we got into this one here. Okay, it is time to wrap up the episode, starting off with our 3 stars of the episode. So going from Wednesday of last week up until now, our 3 stars of the episode or 3 stars of the week this past week. Jack, would you like to go first?
You go first because I'm actually not prepared for this segment.
Of course you're not.
Not lying.
Okay, so 3 stars of the episode here. At my 3rd star, I am going to go with Mikko Rantanen. 8 points in 4 games played this past week. 2 goals, 6 assists. My 2nd star of the week, it's very interesting. I'm going to go with John Gibson. Gibson, 3-0, had a 942 this past week, had a shutout. It seems like Gibson's starting to find his game here with Detroit after a couple of really bad stints there to start the season. And then my 1st star, Connor McDavid. Actually, no, I'm not going to go McDavid. I'm going to go Jake Ottinger. 3 wins, a 961, and a .98 goals against average. 1 shutout this past week. Honorable mention, though, to McDavid, who was first in points with 8 this past week. So there you go. All right, Jack, give me yours.
Yeah, number 3, I'm going to go Connor McDavid. He's got himself back up in the leading scorers list at 2nd place now, right behind McKinnon.
Oh, yeah.
Then number 2, I'm going to go with Gibson. Like you said, good week for him and the Red Wings. And then number 1, I'll go Rantanen.
Okay, there you go. All right, wrapping up this short episode with the power rankings. Power rankings are based on the best teams in the league this past week. I will let Mr. Polko go first.
At number 1, correct?
Yep.
All right, number 1, let's go with Dallas.
Dallas at number 1, 4 straight wins, 8-0-2 in their last 10. Yeah, Stars got in there at number 1. Number 2, we're going to go back to Colorado. Colorado suffered a loss to Nashville and the Islanders since we last recorded, or since we last actually did our power rankings. We didn't do them on Monday. So Avalanche there at number 2. Number 3?
Number 3, I'm going to go, let's go Washington.
Washington at 3, 8-1-1 in their last 10. That's a good pick there. Number 4, I'm going to go with I'll go with the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah.
3 straight wins. They've started picking up some dubs. So Red Wings get in there at number 4. And then, wait, was that number? Yeah, number 4, right?
Yeah.
All right. Jack at number 5.
I'm going to go with Boston.
Ooh, the Bruins. 3 wins in a row as well. 6-4 in their last 10. Still winning hockey games.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. Number 6, I'll go with Minnesota. The Wild have really risen up here in this last month. 7-2-1 in their last 10. Yeah, they get in there at number 6. Number 7?
I'm going to go Florida.
Florida, where are they at down here? They're down 3 wins in a row, 5-4-1 in their last 10. They've started racking up some wins. They play the Avalanche tonight, so we'll see how that goes, obviously. Number 8, I'm going to go with Philadelphia. 7-3 in their last 10. They're coming off of a win against San Jose. They're playing some good hockey there, so they get in there at number 8 for me. Number 9?
I'll go Toronto. They've been hot.
Toronto. Maple Leafs are starting to pick up some wins here as well. 6-2-2 in their last 10, 14-11-4 overall. And then my final placement here at number 10, I'll go with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They picked up a win against Pittsburgh, or not Pittsburgh. They picked up a win against. I'm blanking. They picked up a win this past week. They've
Was
been
it the
playing
Leafs?
6-4 in their last 10. Oh, was it St. Louis?
Leafs? Or...
Oh, no, it wasn't Leafs either.
Mm.
Why am I blanking? Okay, anyway. They're at number 10, though, regardless. All right, that being said, then, that will conclude our power rankings and this episode of the NordCast for this week. 2 episodes this week from the show. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back next week. Probably back to 1 episode next week. We'll see, though. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to yet again another episode of the NordCast. If you enjoyed, please subscribe down below or follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want to follow us on TikTok, we are at NordCast. If you want to follow us on Instagram or Twitter, follow at NordCast_. That'll do it for this episode. I'm Nordic. Thanks for listening from all the crew, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.